I retired from teaching and I just went to volunteer at the museum, and then when the Oliver Twist project came up, got involved in that. There's about probably only 6-7 of us who are kind of regulars, I would say. It was sort of some 20 to 30 stories in fair detail there were about 120 people at the time of the census. I was the mentor for Britain. We had a sort of mix of people, so some people who were quite sort of experienced in this sort of research, and then a few people who were quite sort of new to it. So I mean, it's quite satisfying sort of being able to help people understand what records are out there and how to approach things. It's like anything, once you're a bit experienced, it's also almost automatic when you look at some census record and then you think, oh yes, and now I'll look at this and this, and it's a bit, it's just there in your head really. So it's kind of imparting how to do that to other people. It's quite satisfying, and then, them producing the stories of the people they were researching. People get so attached to the cases that they're looking into as well. That seems to be a very sort of common factor, that people get very attached to the people that they're looking into. There's so many parallels with issues around welfare and homelessness and unmarried mothers, etc., etc. There's so much that's probably more similar that's different almost, I think. There is a bit of a debate about her date of birth, which we sort of explain. We've come to the conclusion that her mother had a child in 1799, which we think must have died, she was baptised as Hannah. And then there was this other child born 1803 who was baptised as Anne, but we think that is probably Hannah. I mean, she is unusual in that she lived to such a great age and seems to have had a positive experience, at least perhaps in her older years. But the fact that she was, labelled as an imbecile and so on, the workhouse actually they were kind of inspected as to how well they were taking care of the so-called imbeciles. And then the ages that are recorded for Hannah there tie in more with a kind of early 1800s birth date. We found Hannah's daughter had asked to take her out, which gave us the clue that her daughter was then called Mrs. Beck. So having got her married name, we were able to trace her family and so on as well. And that was quite a breakthrough. There's some records at the North Yorkshire Record Office, which are on microfilm, sort of workhouse masters reports and so on. So that really is a case of kind of trawling through Victorian handwriting, so that's not a quick job. But it's satisfying when something like that pops up and lets you kind of take it forward a bit.